Welcome back to another episode of $3 Down, ladies and gentlemen. What are you guys' thoughts on those Dark Souls games, huh? What do you think about them? You like to play them? You like to watch them, maybe? Maybe like to watch other people suffer through them? I really like me a nice Dark Souls game, though, dude. They're one of my favorite games to play. I love Dark Souls, man. The first Dark Souls game I played was Dark Souls 3. Way long ago, dude. It wasn't right when it first came out. I think it was like a year after it came out. And I didn't know what I was going to play for my stream. I was streaming at that time. I couldn't figure out what I was going to play, dude. I didn't know what to do. I asked my viewers, "Hey, you guys got any suggestions?" I saw Dark Souls 3 and I was like, Dark Souls 3, huh? Never heard of this. And Dark Souls 3, that was my very first introduction to the Soulsborne games, the Souls-like games. It was cool. It was cool. I really enjoyed it, but Jesus Christ, it was agony all throughout, man. All throughout. Like I said, it was the very first Souls-like game. Well, I guess it's not Souls-like, it is the Dark Souls game. The very first Dark Souls game I played, and I got absolutely obliterated, man. Jesus Christ. The very first wall I encountered in that game was the Abyss. Were the Abyss Watchers, man. Jesus Christ. The Abyss Watchers were ungodly. I think I spent like a couple hours on them. It was like in the middle of the night too, and I was just sitting here with the deepest frown on my face, irritated into oblivion because I could not get these guys. And then I remember the very first time I managed to get their health bar down, and then a cutscene started to play, and then it showed this dude rising from the ashes, lit a flame, and then it cut off the cutscene, and now you got a whole second phase to deal with, dude. I was about to lose my mind when I saw that this dude had a second phase. I was like, oh my god, dude, Jesus Christ. That was the very first wall I encountered in that game. That was brutal, man. Jesus Christ. There were a bunch of walls for me. A bunch of walls like Pontiff. Who else? There was another one. What was it? The dancer. That's it. The dancer, dude. The dancer. And then oh my god, Nameless King. That was the boss I struggled with more than any other boss, DLC included. The Nameless King was on a whole nother level, dude. And that was on my first go around. My other playthroughs of that game, Nameless King wasn't that bad. He wasn't that bad. I would not consider him one of the hardest bosses for me on my other playthroughs. But on my first playthrough, without a doubt, I spent like 4 hours on him. I spent an entire stream. I started the stream fighting the Nameless King for the first time, and I ended it by beating him. It took me like 4.5 hours to beat that dude. I could not believe my eyes. Jesus Christ. And it killed me. I hate when bosses have second phases, dude. It's brutal, man. Nameless King was ridiculous, dude. Jesus Christ. But I no longer fear him too much because on my other playthroughs, dude, I breezed through him. I like first tried him. He's not that bad. Not that bad. Looking back on it now, I can't seem to wonder why I struggled so hard on the Nameless King. I don't really know why. Because playing through Dark Souls 3 again and encountering the Nameless King again and fighting him, not that bad, dude. I breezed through him. Not too sure what happened there. But bosses like Midir and Fried, Sister Fried, is that how you pronounce her name? Or Frida? I don't know. And Gale. Those three are like constant walls. No matter how many playthroughs I do, they will always be walls I struggle with, dude. Midir, Frida, and Gale. Jesus Christ. Good lord, dude. They're very fun. I enjoy the Dark Souls 3 DLCs a lot. They're really fun, but good lord, man, their bosses are hard. Really hard, especially Midir. I would say Midir is like second place, right there below Nameless King in terms of like hardness for me and like difficulty I had with him. Midir is right under Nameless King, dude. It was brutal. Jesus Christ, dude. I love Dark Souls 3 though. One of my favorite games, man. I love me some Dark Souls 3. I go back and play it every so often just cause I want to, dude. Just cause I got that itch that only it can scratch. I enjoyed Dark Souls 3 so much. I went through and I got Dark Souls 1 and Dark Souls 2. After I finished Dark Souls 3 and all its DLCs, I went to go play Dark Souls 1, the remastered version, because that one was out at that time. I went through and played Dark Souls 1. Pretty easy. I will say playing through Dark Souls 3 first, I think trained me and like prepared me for the other Dark Souls games, dude. Like it kind of numbed me out to getting absolutely dumpstered over and over again. So if that situation happened again, I wasn't too like upset or frustrated because I was like, okay, yeah, another death, whippy, hey, okay, let's keep going. You know, I wasn't too frustrated and annoyed with it. I was like, okay, yeah, I died. So what? Let's keep going. And like I was really good at, you know, dodging attacks because, you know, playing Dark Souls 3, Dark Souls 1 is like a cakewalk, dude. Honestly, it just is. Jesus Christ. I didn't really struggle with any boss in Dark Souls 1 except for maybe what's his face? What's his name, dude? Oh my god. He's one of the DLC bosses. I forget his name. He's like, is it Magnus? Magnus? Is that his name? I think he's the final boss in one of the DLCs. Magnus, I think is his name. The really ugly boss that you fight in the dark. That one was pretty brutal. And that was the only one I can remember having a hard time with. I don't know if that was his name. I think it was Magnus, Father of the Abyss, I think is his full name. I could be wrong, but I know it's Father of the Abyss something, dude. But that was the only boss I remember in Dark Souls 1 giving me a truly hard time. Dark Souls 1 was not that bad. Really fun. I enjoyed Dark Souls 1 a lot, but I don't remember any of the bosses giving me too hard of a time. Dark Souls 2, though. I see a lot of people saying that Dark Souls 2 is like it's the worst Dark Souls game, and I gotta agree. I wouldn't say it's a bad game. I wouldn't say it's a terrible game or anything. It's good. It's still playable. It's still fun. But compared to Dark Souls 1 and Dark Souls 3, it is definitely, I would say, the worst of those three. But it's by no mean bad. I still really enjoy Dark Souls 2. Dark Souls 2 is the only Dark Souls game that I have not beat. I have not beat Dark Souls 2. Not because it's like ridiculously hard or anything, but because it's so long, dude. Every time I come close to beating it, I get so bored, and then I just stop. I just stop playing it and don't go back to it. Right now, as we speak, I'm currently on a run in Dark Souls 2. I have a character and I'm playing through it right now. I was playing some before I started recording this podcast. I'm trying to beat it because it is the only Dark Souls game I have not beat because it's just so long, dude. There's so many bosses in that game, and I don't know why they put so many in the game, dude. So many of the bosses in Dark Souls 2 really don't even need to be bosses, you know what I mean? There are some bosses that are like, okay, what was that? What are we doing here, dude? Why is this guy a boss? This guy could have been a character. Why is this guy a boss? Like one boss that comes to mind, the Prowling Magus and the Congregation. I think that's how you pronounce his name, dude. Prowling Magus or Magus? I don't know, man. But like that was a boss, and I could have fallen asleep and beaten that boss. It was ridiculous. I was like, why is this guy a boss, dude? And there's so many bosses that get turned into normal enemies, and so many normal enemies that get turned into bosses in that game. It's ridiculous. Like the Dragon Rider. I fight the Dragon Rider like 10 different times in so many different areas of the game. I'm like, why is this guy still here, dude? He's a boss, I think, like 2 or 3 times, and then he's like a normal enemy that you find in certain places all over the place, dude. I'm like, what is happening? What's up with this guy? Why is the Dragon Rider everywhere? Good lord. Same thing with the what's that one boss? The Gluttonous Demon or some nonsense? Demon of Gluttony or Gluttony Demon? He's a boss, and he's also like a little enemy you find. And I think a DLC area, I think. In what's that place called, dude? The Frozen area. I forget what it's called. Elaim Lore or some nonsense, dude. I don't know. I forget what the place was called, but you also find them there as a normal enemy. I'm like, dude, Jesus Christ. But there's so many bosses in that game, dude. There's so many areas to explore, so much stuff to do. I just never finished the game because it's just so long, dude. So I'm trying to knuckle down and finally beat Dark Souls 2 so I can say I've cleared and beaten all of the Dark Souls games. I beat Sekiro. I know it's not a Dark Souls game, but it is made by From Software, and Jesus. Dude, holy God, Sekiro was ridiculous, man. It's very fun. I enjoyed Sekiro a lot, but it is definitely, I think, the hardest game from Software, dude. Good Lord. At least from the ones I've played. I've only played Dark Souls 1, 2, and 3, and Sekiro. Those are the only 4 From Software games I've played. But of those 4, Sekiro is without a doubt the hardest. The absolute hardest. Jesus Christ, dude. Sekiro was ridiculous, man. I only played through Sekiro at one time because I just did not want to go again. I did not want to put myself through that madness again, dude. It was brutal. Really, really brutal. I did not have a smile on my face through the entire time like I did with like Dark Souls or Dark Souls 2 or whatever, dude. It was just ridiculous. I was enjoying myself with Dark Souls 1, enjoying myself with Dark Souls 2. Sekiro comes around, I'm like, dude, good God. But when you reach a certain point and you want to give up, but then in the back of your mind, you say, you made it this far. Why do you quit now? Why are you going to quit now? You made it this far. Just keep going. Just beat the game already. And I'm like, oh my God, dude. Good Lord. The final boss, Sword Saint Ishin, I think is his name. Oh, dude, that is definitely... He is the hardest boss I have ever fought in any video game, dude. In any game. The Sword Saint. Holy Christ, that is a ridiculous boss, man. I struggled so long with that boss. It was ridiculous. Very hard, dude. Very hard. I kind of want to get Bloodborne. I have a PS4. I kind of want to play Bloodborne. Bloodborne looks pretty fun. And I know they released that new Demon Souls game, but that's only for PS5. So, and you know how PS5s are right now. I don't even have my hands on a PS5. If I get a PS5, like the game I want to play, the very first game I want to play is Demon Souls. I really want to play that. I saw a lot of people streaming it when it first came out, dude. It looks pretty fun. I want to play it. Same thing with Bloodborne. I think you can get Bloodborne on the PS5 as well. So, I mean, if I can get my hands on a PS5, sure, I'll play Bloodborne. I'll play Demon Souls. Why not? Good Lord, dude. I love the Dark Souls games, though, man. I love them a lot. They're very fun. When I didn't play them, when I didn't even know what they were, dude, I couldn't picture myself enjoying it as much as I have. You know what I mean? When I saw people playing it, I was like, oh boy, look at all these people raging up a storm, dude, frustrated into oblivion. I don't know if this is my type of game, man. I'm not too sure. And now I've played them. I've enjoyed them, dude. They're really fun. Really fun. I'm really excited for the new Elden Ring game to come out, dude. I wasn't able to play the online test, whatever it was, that was out like a few weeks ago. I wasn't able to play that. But I mean, when the full game comes out, dude, can't wait. Can't wait. But I think I need a PS5. I think it's on is it on PS5 only? I think, dude. I don't know. I don't know if it's coming to PC as well. I'm not too sure. Not too sure. I know it's on PS5. It might be on PC as well. I don't know. I'd have to check and see. I hope it comes to PC as well. Good Lord, I don't have a PS5 yet, dude. It's still sold out everywhere, man. It is what it is, though. Jesus Christ. You know what I always thought about? You know what I always wondered? This might get a little Nazi for work, by the way. But, like, in professional pornographic movies, don't you think it's a little awkward for all these people to be like huddled around these people having sex? You know, I always think about this, like, how many people do they have in their little studio setup, just like manning the lights, manning the microphones and the camera. You got the director sitting there with like the blankest look on his face, just observing the moves that these people are making to each other. It's got to be a little awkward in there, right? Like the tension in there has got to be through the roof, right? I can't imagine the feeling, the atmosphere of a situation like that. Like, you're just sitting there, so many people probably in this studio area or whatever, just watching these people have sex. What's up with that, dude? What that always gets me. Like, oh, what is going through these people's minds, man? Like, what's up with that? Good Lord, I don't know how the whole intricacies that goes into the production of professional porn movies, but like, I'm sure it's got to be more than like a couple dudes in there, right? It's got to be a whole crew of people, maybe 10 or more, dude, all just sitting there. Like, well, what's up with that, man? They got like a refreshments table a little ways in their studio, out of sight from the camera, with their cookies and water and whatnot, and in the background you just hear people moaning and groaning and skin slapping up a storm. It's like, dude, what's going on in here, man? What's happening? Jesus Christ, I can't imagine working in a situation like that, man. Good Lord, it's got to be a little awkward, just a little bit fiendish. I don't know, man. Who knows? Maybe they only need maybe like a couple guys in there. It might not be too bad if it's only like maybe 2 or 3 people in there. I guess they only really need someone manning the cameras, manning the microphone, and maybe the lights. Maybe not even the lights, dude. If they're just in like in just a nice big room and they just have like a nice overhead light, they might not need anyone manning the lights. So that's one guy down. And if they get one of those cameras, one of those like professional cameras that have a microphone just attached to it already, you don't need someone manning a microphone boomstick or whatever, a boom mic. And there you go. That's another guy eliminated. So all you really need is the cameraman. And I guess, that comes with making a porn movie. You're going to need a cameraman, dude. Well, I guess not necessarily. If you find a good spot and you got a tripod for the camera, that is, you got a tripod up in there with the camera situated with a nice wide angle lens to capture all the intricacies of the sexual acts. There you go, dude. You tell the actors or performers or whoever, whatever they go by, dude, to just stay within the frame of the camera. There you go. You don't even need a cameraman. So then it's just the people getting it on. So maybe, who knows? Maybe that's how it goes, dude. No awkwardness. Maybe they're in a separate room by themselves and everybody else is in there in a whole nother break room playing Smash Bros or whatever, munching on cookies and water. Who knows, dude? Who knows? That's really interesting. I wonder if they made that might be on the Discovery Channel or some nonsense, dude. You know what I mean? Like how it's made. You know that show, How It's Made? Maybe there's a show that goes like how it's produced, how it's filmed, and it goes deep into the background of the porn world, the whole porn movie making world. It shows how it's done, how it goes down, what is done, what has to be done to get the final product. You know what I mean? Very interesting. Very interesting, dude. Very intriguing, if I do say so myself. I'm a very curious guy, man. I want to know how that's going on, but I don't want to look it up. I don't know if that's something I can just find on YouTube, you know what I mean? Seeing how people film porn. I don't know, man. I don't know, and I don't think I care enough to know. It's just one of those shower thoughts that pop up from time to time, you know what I mean? Good Lord. Oh God, dude, can't wait for my dad to listen to this episode. Jesus Christ, dude. He listens to every single podcast episode, man. Every single one. He's like, why do you talk about this stuff, man? Why do you talk about this stuff? I'm like, well, what do you mean, Pops? What do you mean, man? It's normal. These are normal conversations that normal everyday people have. This is a normal thing. This ain't abnormal. This isn't unnatural. This is life. This happens. This stuff needs to be questioned. It's as simple as that, dude. I got my dad hounding me like, why do you talk about this stuff? Why do you know this stuff is so vulgar? This stuff is so vulgar. Why do you use this language? I'm like, come on, man. Come on, man. Jesus Christ. It is what it is, Pops. You don't gotta listen, man. You don't gotta listen. You don't gotta watch. Jesus, dude. Oh my God. That comes with letting my dad know that I do podcasts and YouTube. He's very curious into what I do. And every time we go to the store, he's like, "Oh, hey, yeah, this guy right here, he does YouTube. He does YouTube," making the cashiers cringe their heart out. Literally, you can see their face like, "I do not care. I don't care. Did I ask? Did I ask? Please just leave the lane so I can scan the next customer's stuff. Why are you talking about this?" He does that every single time, man. Every single time. And every time he does it, a look of pure, raw, unadulterated cringe just washes over that person's face, dude. And I'm just standing there like, yep. And the worst is when he gets me involved too. He's like, "Yeah, why don't you tell him about what you do? Why don't you tell him about what you do?" And I'm like, okay, man, let's just go. Jesus Christ. The amount of times that has happened, it's like, come on, man. He's like, "Why don't you tell him the name of your YouTube channel?" I'm like, no. See, I don't mind people knowing that I do YouTube, you know what I mean? I just don't like to talk about it with other people. It's weird because what I do is very public. It's out there. It's on the internet for people to see, you know what I mean? But I just don't like to discuss it with other people, you know? It's very... I just cringe whenever I have to do that, dude. Good Lord. Unless they are just genuinely asking, I never bring it up, man. That's what happens, though. My dad, he always just brings it up out of nowhere, out of the blue. We're at the store and he brings it up, man. No one asked. No one mentioned YouTube. No one mentioned nothing. And then all of a sudden, out of the blue, he's like, "Yeah, this guy right here does YouTube." It's like, well, come on, man. What are you doing? What's up with you? Why do you do this? Why do you do this? Good Lord. It's very weird, man. I don't care if people know I do YouTube. There's a bunch of people I know. There's a bunch of people that I know that I'm friends with that I work with and know I do YouTube and podcasts and whatnot at this point, dude. I don't mind that. I just don't want to talk about it. You know I do YouTube? Hey, that's great. Good for you. Don't talk to me about it because it's very odd. It's very weird. For me, I don't like to discuss it like that, man. Good Lord. It's just, it's an odd sensation. I don't really know how to describe it, but it's just like, I don't know, just strange. I don't even know how to describe it, man. It's very weird, but it is what it is. Good Lord. Have you guys ever heard the term lost in the sauce? What does that mean? What does lost in the sauce mean, dude? Apparently, it means like you're staring down a bottle. You're just like a drunkard or some nonsense, dude. I think. You know, when I first heard someone say lost in the sauce, I thought it meant like, I don't even know, dude. Like they were just like attracted to money. I thought sauce meant money. I thought they were like lost in the money. They lost sight of everything else and they were so dead set on the money, they were now lost in the sauce. No, it just means you're a drunk ass. That's it. That's it, apparently, dude. Good Lord. Whenever I discover things like this, I like to say it a lot. So, like, in situations where the term lost in the sauce doesn't even make sense to use, I'll still say, man, this guy's lost in the sauce. This guy is lost in the sauce, dude. Like, I'm driving with my friend, and I'm looking at this dude, this other driver just, like, acting like an idiot on the road, just swerving in and out, dude. And I said, good Lord. That guy's lost in the sauce, which he very well could have been. He could have been lost in the sauce. That could have been a drunk driver. From the way he was driving, that guy could have been lost in the sauce. He could have been lost in the sauce. But my coworker was like, come on, man, you're going to say this all the time now? That guy, he literally could have been lost in the sauce, though. He could have been lost in the sauce. That guy was driving like a maniac, dude. He was lost in the sauce. Jesus Christ. I'm playing games. I'm playing online games. Other people, I'm looking at this dude. Well, I guess I'm listening to this guy go on a rampage in the voice chat. And I'm just thinking to myself, man, this guy's lost in the sauce. What's up with this guy, dude? Lost in the sauce over here. What's going on? What's going on with this guy, man? I'm just saying it in situations where it might not even apply, dude. I just love that term so much. There's just something about it that just rolls off the tongue so easily. Lost in the sauce. Good Lord, that guy's lost in the sauce, dude. I don't even know what to say. What's up with that guy, man? It's just it's a very fun thing to say. If we could change the definition of lost in the sauce to just be very broad, a lot more broader, instead of just meaning like a drunk person or someone that's just zoinked out of their mind or whatever, dude. If it could be a bit more broad, I'd be a happy man. I'd be happier than I already am, dude. Lost in the sauce. Jesus Christ, dude. Very fun to say. Very fun to say. Good God, man. Probably don't go around calling other people lost in the sauce, dude. At least you might want to say it in the privacy of your personal space or whatever, I guess, dude. I'm not gonna walk up to this one person and say, hey, what's up with you, man? You're acting a little lost in the sauce up there. What's up with that? You all right? Are you good, buddy? It might not do that, but hey, man, when I go to the bathroom, I'll certainly think it. If I'm driving by myself, I'll say it, man. You're lost in the sauce, buddy. Good Lord. It is what it is, though. There's nothing wrong with it. Well, I guess there is something wrong with it, but I mean, you're lost in the sauce. Dude, Jesus Christ. But that's gonna do it for me today. But before we go, we must recommend a song. It's a must, dude. It's a staple of the podcast. The song we're gonna recommend on this fine day is The Violation by Flesh God Apocalypse. Jesus Christ, what a name, dude. What a name. That is a powerful name. Flesh God Apocalypse. The Violation is the song we're going to be recommending on this fine day. It's a pretty good song, man. I dig it. Flesh God Apocalypse, they have a whole bunch of bangers, dude. Who knows? You might find your new favorite band in Flesh God Apocalypse. You never know. Give them a listen, dude. The Violation by Flesh God Apocalypse. Jesus. But that's going to do it for me today. If you enjoyed today's episode, please be sure to share this podcast on social media. Follow it if you have the ability to do so. Please be sure to like and subscribe when this video is up on YouTube. And if you really feel like it, go ahead and send in a voice clip using the link provided in the description of this episode and any other episode of this podcast. You can find a link that'll take you to Anchor's website, where you can then submit a voice clip. That voice clip will get sent to me and I can have it in the podcast, dude. You can ask a question, you can say whatever, just make sure it is safe to have on the podcast. That's all I ask. Thank you very much for listening, and I will see you all later. Goodbye.